Welcome. Today in lesson 2, we are practicing on fluency. And what I have is an agenda of what I will be checking for, understanding, and looking for. I'm looking for you to find a way to decode words, and I'm looking for fluency to support you, to support your comprehension, read orally, and engage through conversations. So, the book that we have today is Lost in the Dump. And this is written by Catherine Forley, illustrated by Loretta Luxon. So I'm going to read this story to you. And as I read, I want you to listen. And before I begin to read, I would just like to ask you, what do you think this story will be about? What do you think will happen? Do you know what the theme is, where the setting may take place by just looking at the picture? Okay, so I'm going to start to read. Here's our title page. Brent and Kent went to the dump. The dump was out west. They were looking for stuff to make a bike ramp. This dump stinks, said Brent. We must make this our last task. I cannot last in a stinky dump if I do not have a gas mask, said Kent. They stumped in the stinky dump, past lots of stuff like a busted pump and a rusted can. See this big stick, said Kent. It is the best stick for a bike ramp. That stick is bent, said Brent. It is not the best. You see this hunk of junk, said Brent. I don't think it will make a ramp, said Kent. Brent said, we must get a ramp fast. We don't have much time left. Kent and Brent went fast. Help! Yelled Brent. I tripped on a stump and my leg is stuck. Kent lifted the stump so Brent could get up. Kent felt Brent's leg. It had a lump with a long cut. It looked bent. We have to get back home for help, said Kent. I can limp home, said Brent. Brent jumped on his left leg. He could not go fast. He could not trust his bad leg. The sun had set. It was dusk. Kent had to lift Brent. At last, they got home. They did not get stuff for a bike ramp. Brent busted his leg. He had to get a cast. His dad made a grand ramp, but the ramp was not for bikes. The ramp was for Brent. The end. So, in this story, what did you guys check for with understanding? So, here are some words just to think about. So, could you tell me what the word dump means? Okay. Can you tell me what the word mask means? Bent, tripped, limp, cast, and stuck. So, first, I'm just going to reread the story, and I'm just going to ask you questions to see if you can fluently, orally, tell me what you think is going on. And as I read to you and I ask questions, I would just like for you to find in the story the answer to help support. So we're going to reread. Lost in the Dump is written by Catherine Follett, illustrated by Loretta Linsky. Here we have the title page. So it says, Brent and Kent went to the dump. The dump was out west. They were looking for stuff to make for a bike ramp. So the first word we have is dump. So, dump it's a big trash can that usually stinks. And this is where you find lots of old things. Cans, shoes, trash. You might even find an animal. A stinky dead animal. We don't want to see that, do we? So, right now so far, what do you see? What do you think is happening? That is correct. So they're searching they're searching in the dump to find things to make a bike ramp. So maybe they want to play together. So then it says, this dump stinks, said Brent. We must make this our last task. I cannot last in a stinky dump if I do not have a gas mask, said Kent. So, do you guys know what the word mask means? You know what this word means? Mask. So, if I hold this book over my face, then you might think I have on a mask. A mask is something that goes over your face to hide you or protect you. We usually see a mask in Halloween. They stumped in the stinky dump, past lots of stuff like a busted pump and rusted cans. Okay. Get the page turning. See this big stick, said Kent? It is the best stick for a bike ramp. That stick is bent, said Brent. It is not the best. So the word bent means if you take something, let's say we take a piece of paper. So we are going to bend it. So therefore, the paper is bent. Bent means to have a slight curve into it. So it has a little dent in it. So it's not straight. So therefore, has a little movement to it. So it's bent. Okay. See this hunk of junk, said Brent. I don't think it will make a ramp, said Kent. Brent said we must get a ramp fast. We don't have much time left. So, are they working together? Do you see teamwork? Okay, so since you say you do, how fast are they working? What are they working towards to? That is right. They're trying to make a ramp. It's right there. Kent and Brent went fast. Help! Yelled Brent. I tripped on a stump and my leg is stuck. Kent lifted the stump so Brent could get his leg out. So, was he running too fast, do you think? Or do you think he was just being clumsy? Or maybe it's so many items in the dump that he just tripped over. So that brings us to our next word, which is called what? Tripped. Say it with me. Tripped. Let's break it down. Tripped. So tripped. Let's put it together. So, trip means if you're walking and one foot accidentally get in front of the next foot and you flip. So that means you trip. That means you're walking and all of a sudden you stumble. So stumble means that you missed a step. Or you could be walking too fast, for example. Or sometimes you may be running and you will trip. Okay? So then the next word is called what? Say it with me. Limp. Here's the word limp. So what do you think limp means? And that is correct. Limp means you are not able to walk at your normal speed or at the normal race that you go, but however, you will have a little side movement to your walk. So this is me walking and I am limping. So limp means to walk like this. So we are limping. We're not walking straight. We have a little twitch to our walk. Kent felt Brent's leg. It had a lump with a long cut. It looked bent. We have to get back home for help, said Kent. I can limp home, said Brent. So he's going to limp home. So he has so much fluid on his leg. Do you think he's going to make it fast? Let's find out. Brent jumped on his left leg. He could not go fast. He could not trust his bad leg. So, right now, what do you think he should put on his leg? He could put ice on it. The icing would make it go down because it looks swollen. Are they thinking of what they can do? Look closely. Okay. What do you think is going to happen next? Let's find out. The sun had set. It was dusk. Kent had to lift Brent. At last, they didn't get home. They did not get stuff for a bike ramp. So he had to carry him on his back. Is that a friendly kind of act? Are they still in the dump? How do you know? That's right. Because you can look at the picture and tell. So, he thinks he need a cast. A cast, if your leg is bent like Brent's, that means you will need a cast. You will need something to help support your ankle or your leg to help you move. Or they might give him crutches. We just don't know yet. So then if he says he's stuck, stuck means that you are not able to move. You're at a standstill. Or you might say, I'm frozen. That means I was just stuck. I did not move. So, Brent busted his leg. He had to get a cast. His dad made a grand ramp, but the ramp was not for bikes. The ramp was for Brent. The end. So, what did you guys learn from the video? Okay, so in this video, you should have learned that reading this book, which was called Lost in the Dump, that we found words that we may have not recognized, but now we are able to use those words in a sentence. And then you also should be able to give me a smooth, fluently, clear comprehension summary of this story. That's why when I read the story the first time, you read to enjoy. The second time, you read to reconstruct. So that basically means that you're listening for words, you're listening for context clues, and you're